Hey, everybody. I'm just eating some lunch here. Uh, I'm really sorry that I didn't do any lives here for the past couple of weeks. Been really busy with the business, lots of stuff going on, a lot of people needing things. And, unfortunately, one job that I was working on really, really hard, Josh and Sherry Polvino's bathroom, didn't get a chance to finish, which really sucked. But they were able to get somebody else that could come in and finish it before Sherry had the baby, which I was hoping I was going to do, but I guess sometimes you get stretched a little bit thin. So, in case anybody doesn't know, I do have a contractor's business. I do that. A lot of stuff I do voluntarily. I do not for profit, and it's nothing formal. I just, anybody that needs it, people reach out to me, and then I'll help people out. I don't charge them a very, very, very low amount, and I don't go around telling anybody that. Sometimes it a little bit. Um, Business, which I have my jobs that I need to do, stuff I end up doing on my own, and I'll bring some people on. My one friend Greg Simpson, he's amazing. Sean Tussing, help him. Alicia Corin, she comes on and helps me sometime. My really good friend Andy Walter, he comes in, gives me a hand. Sometimes Craig Gutenkust, he could say that 5 times fast. Craig Gutenkust. Anyways, but I have that. And then I have another thing that I do, which is very, very, very dear to my heart. It's called Nurture. And what Nurture is something that I created over the course of several years of things that I do for people. And again, it's very informal, but it takes up a lot of time, especially with what I've got going on, or what's going on right now. Even though everything is open and we feel like things are going back to normal. I got over to Mickey Rats the other day, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but it's very important to me. And what Nurture does is I'm there to be able to help that they need it, and it's just all very organic. So need some help, friends me to them, or we just find them organically. If I'm outside, if I'm somewhere, I start talking to somebody just very naturally, and you get to know somebody. Maybe there's something that you can sense that they're struggling with. I know it sounds a little bit cosmic or goofy. It's really not. It's just very simple, but it's about giving people tools and believing in themselves that they can be happy. So with everything, uh, as my voice was shot too. So after Taylor, the group, all of us, we were together, group of people. We did the protest up on Transit Road, which I talked about. Maybe I did. Maybe I lost my voice. I don't even remember. But great protest that we did. And then Gina Kay, oh my God, and Nancy Orticelli and Taylor. These guys are just unbelievable. They put together the protest for Albany that we all went to last weekend. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And I'm telling you, these women are just unbelievable. And I wanted to do a follow up on the actual protest, but these three women, and then there were other organizations too. So Nancy Orticelli, Gina Kay, and Taylor. I know your last name, but I'm blanking on it right now. But they are. Guys, these women are unbelievable. Now they put together this protest against mandatory vaccinations out in Albany. They had 10 speakers. The speakers that they had not there were the attorney that was handling the exemptions, mandatory vaccinations, very involved, doctors, politicians they had that are running right now, and they had a preacher that was there, had the woman, and I can't remember, totally blanking on her name right now. If somebody has it, if you want to put it down, but amazing woman. She has been working against vaccinations for a long time, and I the good fortune of being able to sit down and talk, not sit down, but meet everybody. Just an incredible group of people, 10 speakers protested in front of the station. We started there. And Nancy and her group, the Constitutional Coalition of New York, they brought food. They had breakfast there, and Taylor. And I didn't think I was going to do anything. I thought that I'm just going to protest. And then all of a sudden, Taylor's on the megaphone, which she always does a great job. She's so damn passionate. I love her. I love the fact that I've met her. She's great. Pat and her son didn't get to make it out, but Pat is her boyfriend, and I forget her son's name. But and then Gina comes over and she goes, "Pete, Taylor needs you. Get over there." So I was like, well, here we go. I'm thinking that I'm going to just be, protesting with everybody else, and then I got on, and it was great. I mean, I don't know how many people were there. I would safely bet probably between 300 and 400 people. Not the number of people that we need to have show up to these events. I mean, we would love to have thousands of people, but the fact that these three women, and then the other groups, there were some other people that were involved as well. Nancy and Taylor and Gina, they brought in that are constitutional, focused and rights focused for everybody. But so Gene, I don't know who came up with the chalk idea, but the chalk idea was amazing. So they had chalk, and all the kids and all the adults and everybody else, they were writing chalk on the walls, New York State Bar Association, all over the bridges. They were writing on the sidewalk. They were writing on the streets. So we went everywhere. It was awesome. And the police were watching us, and the police were just like, yeah, well, whatever, it'll wash off. There's no vandalism there. Just amazing. And then we walk up to Merck, and the group of people are just awesome. Ali, I can't remember, Hamada, he was the guy from Frontier that fought for his son to not have to get mandatory vaccinations. So it was great getting a chance to meet him as well. And I met somebody from New York. I can't remember his name either, but I got it all written down. Just a great group of people. So we marched up to Merck, and we're in front of Merck, and we're doing all of our chants and everything else. And it was just really, really spirited. Like, there were a ton of people that were everybody was into it. And and I just, again, give credit to everybody who showed up there. Just a great group of people that showed up. So then we marched from Merck. We were in front of Merck for maybe about, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. And then we we just, kind of walked. It wasn't really a march, but we sure as shit weren't looting anything. We weren't burning anything up, we were tipping cars over. Well, I guess maybe the 7 and 8-year-old kids that we had with us and the grandparents, they maybe wanted to push a couple of cars over, but I would have helped them. I would have totally helped them if they wanted to. But we walked up to you guys have seen the governor's mansion, but piece of shit. I mean, this guy has been there for how long? I mean, it's just all overgrown, and we didn't even really get to see the mansion itself, but man, what a shame. It seems like it's such a beautiful building. Anyways, we set up camp there, and we were doing our chants, and we're doing some, singing. We did, the national anthem, and we did some prayers, and the speakers came on, and they all did a wonderful job. I mean, again, there were 10 of them. Everybody was just, with so much information. And this is kind of where I tell everybody that, I'm just so proud of the group of people that I'm a part of. And, I tell them everything what our groups do. I'm like, I don't know if you guys, like the people that I'm talking to, who profess to be experts. And I'm like, what research have you done? Have you done anything at all? The group of people that we have, with Natalie and Melissa and Taylor and, just the names go on and on and on and on with Scott and everybody that helps with everything, with all this research. Like, we do hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours of research. And, most of us, we just want to find out what the truth is. It's not so much that we're like, okay, we've set our minds to it and this is bad. Whatever truth we know that we've researched and we've exposed with our prior research on whatever topic it is, we're like, okay, this is what we bring to the table. We discuss it. We try to figure it out. And I got to tell you, these people, they're like, I mean, like, no bullshit. Like, they're like, Yeah, and maybe some of you guys see on my Facebook page, you'll be like, "Oh shit, that person called Pete out," you know? Yeah, we call everybody. We call each other out all the time. We're like, "Is this legit? Like, is it like really factual? Have you done everything? Is it evidentiary?" And we're like, and a lot of people be like, "Yeah, we'll go back, we're just going to revisit just to make sure." So the research that we do is actually totally 1000% legit, and all it benefits is everybody. It benefits everybody because what we're trying to do is get that information out and then share it through our Facebook and social media pages, and then through the groups that we belong to, like Constitutional Coalition, Restore Constitutional Freedom to New York, Tea Party, Conservative Party, all of those things, Libertarian Party, but Democrats too. It's like it's not. This isn't just a right wing thing. This is all encompassing. And we have so many people that are left leaning that are like, "Oh shit, I think like that." But my party is, doing all this other shit and supporting Antifa and supporting burning and supporting occupying cities and supporting the shutting down of businesses and supporting Biden as a candidate. I don't want to be a part of that. So, even at the march, we had a lot of, and one of the speakers was like, he's like, "Dude, I'm one of the biggest left-leaning people you could possibly imagine." He's like, "I am complete left, wing." So it's bringing people together, just the search for knowledge and the search for protection and the fight for freedom and the fight for constitutionality. So just a great group of people that I've been a part of and blessed to be a part of, and with. So that was the protest there last week. And I'm telling you, I got up at 2:30 in the morning and because I wasn't going to miss it, I didn't care. And some people had stayed down. John Winstead came down and Jesse and, oh God, another friend of his, the signs that they made, it was like mine or, Hitler. And oh my God, John is so talented and gifted. But all of the people down there with just how much passion that they have for fighting because, they've learned the truth. They know the truth. And it's not just a version of the absolute empirical truth. You take a look at what vaccinations have in them as far as ingredients. Yeah, that's it. It's like, this is it. Are they banned by the FDA? Like, yeah, they're banned by the FDA. What are the negative effects and harmful effects? How much higher are these ingredients? What was the vaccination schedule? What is the vaccination schedule? Who received a payout? These things are all factual, evidentiary. They're truth-based. And we find this information and then we try to bring it to light. And so many of us aren't like, "Believe this, believe this." The best thing for me is when people come up to me and they go, "Pete, I don't agree with everything that you say, but I love the way that you present it." That means everything to me because what that's saying is that I'm presenting information to people and giving them an opportunity to just kind of look at things in a different perspective and in a different light that maybe they didn't think of before. And that's what everybody in this group does. Just fighters, just amazing people, amazing women, amazing men, just fighting for all of us. So anyways, 2:30, I got up. I wasn't going to miss it. Fell asleep, fight and sleep, going down and everything else. So I pulled over, took a quick 10-minute power nap, and then I rolled into Albany. Oh my God, what a shithole Albany is. I don't know if you've been there, but where we went was a little bit nicer. It was right in the city, but man, driving in, yikes. I mean, maybe it's better when it's not a pandemic, when there's not riots and looting going on, hopefully. So, got in and met everybody. We were all staged and everybody's talking and chatting and having a great time. And then, I just rolled back. I would have loved to have traveled with somebody, but it just didn't work out. Next time that we do it, I'll do it. But I don't know how long it was, 4.5 hour drive. I think I was doing about 120 though. Wait, no, I wasn't. But when I went, there wasn't any cops, so I probably could have done 120 and got there no problem. But on the way back, it was the same thing. I'm like, it's daytime. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be completely fine. And then I fall asleep. So again, pulled over and I timed it with the pee break, like back when we were with our dads. You're not to go to the bathroom for 4 hours. So I timed it with my pee break. It's just like conditioning and programming from way back then. So, time with the meal and time with the pee break. Took a little power nap and then I made it home nice, safe, and sound. I woke up the next day. I go to talk to Ralph and nothing's coming out. And everybody was asking me, they're like, how were you doing that for so long? Like you were just yelling at the top of your lungs for like hours. And I was like, man, you guys were here and you guys were so into it. And I had to step up and do my part. I did what I could do. But, Allison too, I mean, she wasn't there, but she's another fighter. She's amazing. Um, you know, Jessica and, I mean, Holly out to me, on just texting, that we've shared our phone numbers and they've been like, hey, are you okay? And, Holly was, the reason why I decided I had to come on today and do this because I didn't want anybody to worry. I'm okay. Everything's good. It's just like I said, with Nurture, what I do there, and then with the construction business, and then how I volunteer my time with the construction business for people is just kind of really, really, really busy. And to be honest with you, I will tell you this: I was trying to protect my house because I had a little douchebag, that had my clicker, and I had to close it. And I didn't want my other cat stolen. Anyways, I won't get into it. I've healed. I've grown through the whole process, but I had to kind of be here. I was getting a lot of text messages. The police weren't doing anything. They still haven't done anything. I still have my cat back. I do have the garage clicker back though. And I do have the truck, so those two things are accounted for. The money, unfortunately, that'll be gone, and unfortunately, the cat, Velvet, say a prayer for her every day. But shitty deal. But what are you gonna do? So, anyways, I needed to kind of stick around and protect the house, but at the same time, I had the Nurture stuff going on, so it all kind of worked together. And then, this week has been a busy week as well. But I'm going to make sure that I get on Facebook, my schedule worked out so that I can continue to do what I need to do and then work with everybody in Buffalo events and then work with everybody behind the scenes like we grow these different things. And Natalie, she found a group of people that they're an assembly out in central New York that they're working. It's unbelievable, this group of people, extremely intelligent people that are working together to try to reinstall, constitutional freedoms to New York, or at least that county, and then roadmap so that we can all do this. And she's been on the Zoom calls. Maybe Taylor has been on. Gina, I think maybe Nancy went on. But there's this group of people out in central New York. They're doing all of this, and they do the Zoom calls. And Natalie's been doing them. Unfortunately, I've missed them. I think they're at 8 o'clock. I thought I was going to be able to catch the one, but I didn't. So I'm going to do these every day for everybody, and I'm going to try to do them in the morning. And if I have anything really, really important to say, I'll do them. I'll do another one. But the really, really good news too is that our city's safe. That's a huge relief, right? And it does seem like that media cycle has moved on, which was fueling the flames for all of that nonsense. But the fight isn't over, guys. It really isn't. I mean, we still haven't. All of our businesses aren't restored. They're not back up and running. Everybody is still forced to wear masks. The vaccination vote has been moved till after in November, conveniently, right? In November, that's been moved. So we have time, guys. Anything that you want to do and get involved, private message me. I'm going to get to all my private messages today. That's another thing. So many private messages that I wanted to take the time to be able to respond to everybody like I normally do. And I just didn't have that break or that free time. I come home and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm passed out. I was asleep. So I was able to do a few things. I got to my families yesterday. My dad's, when brother was there, my aunt was there, all my nieces and nephews were there, so that was amazing. That made my dad and Kim really, really happy. So And Kim, oh my God, she's going through radiation right now. Okay, Kim Puckett Harding, she's amazing. You know, Ma Kim, she laughs, she calls me son. I think she's like 3 years older than me. I don't even know. Way to go, Dad. So, but you know, she likes what I call her mom. But great spread. She's literally going through radiation. Like I think she's going through her fourth stage of radiation, and she had a house full of people. She cooked everything. I mean, she had pasta, stuffed pasta shells. She had chicken, you know, beans and corn and salads and more salads and rolls and everything else. So, thank we're so thankful for her. She's just an amazing person, you know. And I'm so blessed. I'm so happy that my dad has her because she is such a strong and wonderful woman that she does that for our entire family. Just a great person. And then I was able to see my stepbrother, Mark Burtis, and he's lost 28 pounds, so it was great seeing less of him. And then I saw Roxy and Harold, you know, family, you know, that they were there as well. And then I saw my stepdad, my dad, you know, Dave, and my mom. I got to see her, and Miley Girl, my dog, Miley Girl. So I got to see those guys too beforehand. And your stepdad, he suffers from a palsy, and it's pretty bad. It's a very rare form of palsy, and he doesn't. There's like very little to no research. The show got canceled. I think it got canceled anyways. There was somebody doing research. They were doing research on rare diseases, and unfortunately, I think the show ended before we had a chance to do that. But he's still a smile on his face, you know, and he can't really talk that much, and he's in the chair. But he still tries to walk and do his thing, and the vitamin D and the sunshine really, really, really helps him a lot being out. He loved it. My mom loved it, and Mark had burgers, and Mark had hot dogs, and Roxy brought potato salad, and the food was just great. You know, it was just awesome. And then oh, dessert, which is that was the big thing. My stepdad loves him some dessert, Dave. A big old smile, and it can't ever be enough. It was just like my aunt Josephine. She loved her dessert, and he loves his dessert. You gave him the whole cake. A really great weekend, and you know, missed you guys. I definitely did. So, you know, places there can be, and I'm looking forward to talking with you guys. Enjoy your day. It was great seeing you all here. I didn't have my glasses on because my glasses were all dirty, so I'll look at the comments afterwards. But enjoy your day, guys. I got to get back to the job site. Take care.